Good morning everyone. Today I will give you the summarized view of the chapter lesson 1, that is the living world. First we will know the technical terms that are used in this chapter. Biodiversity, it means a large variety of organisms, whether plants or animals. Nomenclature, it is the scientific naming of organisms. Number 3, identification, that is correct description of organisms prior to nomenclature. Classification, it is the grouping of organisms into categories on the basis of similarities as well as differences. Taxon, it is a concrete biological object or category of classification. Taxonomy, it is a branch of biology that deals with identification, nomenclature and classification. Systematics, it is a branch of biology that deals with taxonomy along with evolutionary relationship between organisms. Evolutionary relationship is also known as phylogeny. Species, it is a group of similar organisms which can interbreed among themselves in order to produce a fertile offspring. Now, first I would like to give you learning tips for biology. Always try to concentrate on minute points of the chapter, keeping very short answer and short answer type questions in your mind. Because according to the new syllabus pattern, we are going to get MCQ questions. Now I am starting the lesson, what is living? Objects having characteristics of cellular organization, growth and development, reproduction, ability to sense environment and give response, metabolism. This shows that organism is living. All organism grows. How we can find it? Increase in mass or number of cells characterize growth. Plant grows throughout life, but animals grows up to a certain age. Growth in non-living object is external, but in living beings it is internal. Now reproduction. It is a basic characteristic of all living beings to produce new one, which are similar of their own kind. Reproduction may be sexual or asexual. For example, fungi, they reproduces by spores. Organisms like planaria, it reproduces by regeneration, in which a fragment of body whole forms organism. Various fungi, filamentous algae, protonema of mosses, they reproduces by fragmentation also. In unicellular organisms, growth and reproduction, they are synonymous. Certain organisms do not reproduce. For example, mule, worker bees and infertile human couples. Hence, reproduction cannot be considered as a defining property of living beings. Reproduction is not essential for survival of an organism, but it is necessary for continuity of a species over the time, generation after generation. Metabolism. It is a sum total of all chemical reactions that occurs inside the body of an organism. It comprises of catabolism and anabolism. It is a most defining property of living beings. Catabolism, it is a destructive process, and anabolism, it is a constructive process. Example of catabolism can be respiration, where food is broken down in the presence of oxygen to release energy. But anabolism, it is a constructive process where food has to be manufactured, as we can study in case of plants where photosynthesis takes place, carbohydrate is produced and utilized for growth, repair and maintenance. To be continued. Cellular organization. Living organisms consist of cells and their products. It is the defining property of all living beings except viruses. We have already studied in class 9 that viruses, they lie at the border of living and non-living. They are not given any place in classification system. Consciousness, ability to sense environment in response to environmental factors, and it is also a defining property of organism. Living organisms can be considered as self-replicating, evolving and self-regulative interactive systems capable of responding to external stimuli. Now, I will tell you about diversity. Diversity in the living world. Describe number of species, that is about 1.7 to 1.8 million. But according to Robert May, about 1.5 million species have been discovered so far. Scientific names are given to organisms after identification acceptable at global level. Nomenclature is done as per criteria given by International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, that is ICBM, and animals are nomenclature on the basis of International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature. It is an art of giving two names to an organism, and it was first proposed by Carolus Linnaeus. Scientific name consists of two words. First name is generic and the second one is a species. Generic name always starts with capital letter and species name always start with small letter. If names are handwritten, they should be separately underlined, and if printed, they should be italicized. For example, as in case of mango, Mangifera indica. Mangifera is the genus, indica is the species name. Sometimes name of the author is also written at the last after the scientific name in bracket. For case of study of organisms are classified into groups or categories, that is known as taxa. Taxon may be dogs, mammals, wheat, rice, anything. Taxonomic category. Each rank or category of classification is termed as taxonomic category. Arrangement of categories in sequence is known as taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy has been shown as follows: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species.